Hey everyone. So, what I'm going to be talking about today is an eating disorder that I just found out about a couple years ago that I found out I have. It's called selective eating disorder. And I'm making this video for two reasons. One is so that my friends and family can watch this and know a little more about it, understand it a little better, and know why I can't eat pizza. And two is because so that other people who think they might have it can watch this video, get a little more information about it, and be able to decipher for themselves if they think they may have it. So before I get into my story, just a little bit of information on selective eating disorder. So what it is it's an eating disorder in which people can't eat certain foods because it makes them sick, either because of the smell, the taste, the texture, or the way it looks. And if a person who has selective eating disorder is faced with one of their foods that their mind has put into the bad food category, it can cause anxiety that can measure anywhere from mild to extreme. And if it's extreme enough, then that person will eventually cut off that food or that whole entire food group. Um, so, with my story, um, I started having eating problems when I was about 2. Up until then, I ate normal. I ate meat, any kind of meat. I ate fish. I ate really anything. And then a little after I turned 2, I completely cut out meat. I wouldn't eat any meat, and I wouldn't eat any fish. And as I got older, the foods that I could eat were more and more restricted. I would cut more and more foods out of my diet. Um, and it would be because the problem that I have with certain foods is texture is a big one for me. I like things that are a bit more tough, a little more chewy. I don't like things that are mushy or gooey or really anything like that. I like it tough and chewy, like beef jerky and stuff like that. And I do eat some meats. Like I just said, beef jerky, buffalo jerky is really good. Once in a while, I will eat pepperoni. I used to eat bologna and hot dogs, but I can't stomach those anymore. Um, so I've pretty much cut out the whole entire food group. One of the worst food groups for me, it's not really a food group, but the worst foods for me would be poultry, and more specifically chicken or turkey. The smell completely nauseates me when they're cooking. Um, it's gotten so bad when my dad has made turkeys that I have to go outside, or I have to go up to my room until he's done because the smell just it makes me want to throw up. It is really gross to me, and honestly, it smells gross to me, but it looks really good. Like I would love to be able to eat a piece of turkey or a piece of chicken, but I can't do it because of the smell. The smell nauseates me so bad I can't bring myself to eat it. Although chicken strips and chicken nuggets and stuff like that, I have tried and I can stomach them a little bit. It depends on how I'm feeling and stuff like that, but I can kind of stomach those. Um, I would say my safer food groups are fruits and vegetables. Um, the only thing with the vegetables is I'm not very big on Brussels sprouts or asparagus. Those just, um, I would say it's the smell and the taste. I will try to eat it, and the taste is what nauseates me about that. But other than that, I like all fruits and vegetables. I'm allergic to broccoli and I'm allergic to kiwi, and that really sucks because I love both so much, but I have an allergic reaction to both of them where they just make me sick, so I can't eat them, and it really sucks because I love them. Um, So my main safe food or good food is potatoes. Uh Baked potatoes. When I was little it was a lot of french fries, but I've kind of cut down on the french fries. But baked potatoes. Sweet potatoes are good. Yams, uh sweet carrots. Um and just the basic like rice, macaroni, potatoes. Um, I would kind of describe my diet as a basic, bland, raw diet. Um, that's how restricted it is. I can't eat pizza. Um, I can't eat like lasagna or anything like that. And that's mostly because it has melted cheese in it, and that's the other thing. Is I can't eat melted cheese because it's so mushy. And the other thing that just really repulses me about melted cheese is a lot of the times when you have melted cheese, it's really oily. And you can see like the oil pulled on top of the pizza or just or stuff like that. And I that just repulses me about melted cheese. I cannot stomach melted cheese even if I wanted to. I couldn't. It would make me throw up trying to eat a piece of pizza or mozzarella sticks. It would make me throw up. I would throw them up, and that again really sucks because mozzarella sticks sound really good to me, but I can't eat it. Um, it'll make me gag. Um, so anyway, so as I grew up, I started kicking a lot more foods out of my diet. I discovered there were a lot more things that I would like to eat, but that I can't eat because they'll make me sick. A lot of it had to do with smell. Um, and I grew up, my parents, when I was younger, we didn't know this thing called selective eating disorder existed. And even if we knew it existed, we didn't know what it was. So my parents basically brought me up thinking I was just picky. It was all in my head. It was just me. I was just weird. And so I just kind of grew up thinking it was me. I was weird. And when I got to 15 years old, I started thinking, well, maybe there's more going on here because it's more of a physical thing now. I try to eat something that's not within my safe food group, and I have an involuntary gagging thing going on there where I'll throw it up, and I started thinking there's got to be some kind of physical thing going on here. It can't just be in my head. So I did some research and I came across selective eating disorder, and I read the symptoms to myself, and I thought this sounds like what I have. I have a lot of these signs, these symptoms. So I took the list and I read it to my mom. And my mom agreed. She said, "Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot of these things going on. That sounds like something you have." And I took it to my dad and I told him that I thought that I might have selective eating disorder, and he said, "Yeah, it's a possibility." Read him the signs and symptoms, and he said, "Yeah, that sounds exactly like you." And so we just kind of came to the conclusion that that was what I had. And so the things that kind of the signs that I had selective eating disorder were with selective eating disorder, it can be really triggered by anything and it can be triggered by nothing. It can just kind of happen out of thin air. It can just happen one day randomly. That's what happened with me. Randomly, one day at 2 years old, I just stopped eating meat. Um, and it can be triggered by something like a traumatic event. Um, there have been some people who've developed selective eating disorder because they were eating something and they choked on it, and that was traumatic enough to where they developed this eating disorder. Um, and the fact that I have a safe food group and a not necessarily a bad food group, but foods that I can't eat. That's another thing that people with selective eating disorder will do. They will have a specific group of food that is safe for them to eat in their mind. Um, and this kind of tied into another eating disorder that a lot of people have, but that no one really talks about, and it's called shy eating. And shy eating is when someone has the fear of eating in public because when they are eating in public, it feels like people are staring at them and just kind of judging them based on what they're eating. So for me, the selective eating disorder tied into the shy eating because my eating habits were so weird, it made it hard to eat in school. And so I'd be sitting there at the lunch table and I would be trying to make whatever lunch that day work for me. And it felt like people were looking at me and judging me based on how weird my food was. And so I had a hard time eating publicly in school and around my friends, and that was pretty hard. Um and I've gotten a lot better. And as far as treatment, um you can get counseling for it. You can get cognitive behavioral therapy or exposure therapy. I really think exposure therapy would help me. Unfortunately, at this time, I don't have the money or the insurance to get that kind of help, but I look forward to trying to get that kind of help in the future. And in the meantime, the treatment that I'm kind of working on myself is once in a while just trying to eat just a little bit of a food that I've deemed that I can't eat. A little bit of chicken, maybe a little bit of I don't know, just um, a little bit of something that I normally don't like. Um, so that's just what I've been doing now. It's something I'm working on, and hopefully one day I will be able to eat a slice of pizza and enjoy it. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about with this disorder. The thing is that a lot of people think that their kids will grow out of it. They think, oh, they're just picky. They're just weird. The thing is, a lot of kids do grow out of it, but for some people, it can follow them into adulthood, like for me, and so many other people out there. Um, for most people, they're just kind of happy with their diets and they just make things work for them. That's just kind of how I've been for the last, I'd say, 18 years. Just kind of making the food work for them, eating what they can, not eating what they can't. And if they feel it's necessary to get treatment, they look into that. Eventually, I will try to look into treatment, but right now I'm just making it work for me and trying to make my diet a little bit healthier. I did open up my eating habits a little bit and introduced myself to hummus a couple of years ago, and I love hummus. So that's how I get my protein since I don't eat. Since I don't eat meat, a lot of people ask me how I get my protein. I get my protein through hummus. Sometimes I eat beef jerky or buffalo jerky. Both are really good. Um, I eat, if you eat rice and beans together is a protein. Um, I don't eat tofu. That's one of my foods that I can't eat because of the texture. So I don't eat tofu. Um, I eat different kinds of beans. And that's basically how I get my protein. Um, and then I think that's about it. I think the other thing about the shy eating is that it's not just you don't eat in public, so you just don't eat at all. It's that you don't eat in public and then when you get into private, you binge eat, which is into a gateway of a whole other eating disorder called binge eating disorder, which is where you just eat and eat and eat. And it's also called being an emotional eater, which I've also had. And I am working on getting better, and I just want anyone out there who thinks they might have this or who knows they have this, to know that you can get better. There is recovery, and even if you don't recover from it fully, you will still be okay. You you will be okay. And I can't think of anything to say right now, so if I think of anything else that I need to talk about with this eating disorder or any of the eating disorders I mentioned in this video, I will probably make another video, so um, you can keep updated on that, I guess. Look for another video from me if I decide to put one out. Other than that, a little bit of an update. The last video I made was a while ago, and I said that I was going to be going to a concert for my friend's band, Discount Cinema. I did not get to go to that. I got sick 2 days before the concert and was bedridden for 5 days. So I was not able to make it to that. I think there were a couple of other concerts I listed I was not able to go to. I did go to Black Veil Brides. I do not have any videos from that because the phone that I had at the time was really stupid and it corrupted all of my pictures and videos that I took, which made me incredibly mad. So I don't have any videos from that. The concerts that I am going to in the upcoming couple months, my birthday is actually in a week, and because of that, my birthday presents are I have a ticket and VIP to the Beyond the Barricade tour with Motionless in White New Year's Day. Extremely excited for that. Looking forward to meeting Chris and Ghost and Ricky and and just really excited to meet Motionless in White and New Year's Day. So that's March 1st that I'm going to that. Or March 2nd, March 2nd, I'm going to the Beyond the Barricade tour. And then March 7th, I am going to go see Set It Off. I have VIP and a ticket to the Glamour Kills summer break tour. So I have a ticket and VIP to that, so I'll be seeing Set It Off and As It Is and some other really cool bands, so I'm excited for that. That's another part of my birthday present. And then, let's see, I think it's in April. March or April, going to the Maine with real friends. Excited for that. So I'm going to try to take video, at these concerts. I will be updating from this phone to an iPhone 5C here in a couple days, which has a better camera. So hopefully I'll have some videos from those concerts. Also, hopefully Farewell My Love will announce a Denver tour here really soon, hopefully. So I look forward to attending that whenever they announce that. And Warped Tour, even though that's way off in August, I look forward to Warped Tour. So that's about it. I'll probably make another update video on the concerts I'm going to and whatever else I want to talk about. Again, I will put a link over here to my writing channel, to my writing channel called Writing Through My Eyes, where you can check out my poems and stuff. And then you can subscribe to me down here and just kind of look at my other videos I have on this channel over here. So this is my writing channel, Writing Through My Eyes. You can see stuff I've written since I'm kind of a published poet, a published writer. So that's over here, Writing Through My Eyes. And then this channel, you can subscribe to me on this channel over here. And then I will have a link to my web page for my writing down below. So you can click on that to look at all my different writing, everything I've ever written. I have poems, short stories, slam poems down there. I will be putting in a section of essays that I've written because some of them are really interesting. So I'll have a new section of that down below. That's about it for now. My throat kind of hurts, and I know this video is long, and I'm sorry. But anyway, and if anyone has any questions about selective eating disorder or what it's like or anything like that, there's a link to my Facebook on the webpage below. So you can find me on Facebook and you can ask me there. You can just comment below or whatever, and I will answer your questions. All right, I am going to go now.